It's the update. Featuring Adrian Lockhart, Brooklyn Anderl, Dana Jensen, Tim Kearney, Brittany McIntosh, and Cody Callanan.
Good evening, and welcome to the update.
I'm Adrian Lockhart.
And I'm Tim Kearney, and we'll be filling in for Carly Tinsley, who's filling in for Brooklyn Anderl this evening.
The world is a harsh place for many people, but not for white people. Ali Michael, a professor at the University of Pennsylvania's Graduate School of Education, is disturbed by her own white privilege, and because of that, has decided not to have children. She stated, "I remember deciding that I couldn't have biological children because I didn't want to propagate my privilege biologically." I hope all of your pregnant, soon-to-be mothers are ashamed of yourselves, distributing white privilege like that. Michael also said, "I disliked my whiteness, but I dislike the whiteness of other white people more." Michael actually has a point, and it has touched me deeply. But I'm curious, does eggshell count as white? Because I know I'm renovating my house, and I think that color would look great in the dining room.
Next, we have a story from Washington's very own city of Spokane. Two neighbors had an argument about one neighbor putting his garbage in the other's garbage can. Things escalated when the second neighbor confronted the first. He then threw his garbage at her, which led her husband to come running out with a Klingon sword. That's right, this multi-bladed sword successfully kept garbage in the right place. But the husband is now being charged with assault. After this success, it is reported that Oscar the Grouch has now started buying all Klingon swords, lightsabers, and laser pistols from eBay. Mr. Grouch has been quoted telling people that his garbage needs to stay where it is. Trespassers will be disintegrated. Take this friendly reminder to heart. You never know when there'll be a nerd dressed as Khan patrolling the dumpsters.
Beautiful weather outside, isn't it, Tim?
Yeah.
No! This is terrorist-forming weather.
What?
Well, according to Bernie Sanders, the Democratic presidential candidate, the weather is directly related to terrorism. He said in the last debate on Sunday, and I quote, "In fact, climate change is directly related to the growth of terrorism. And if we don't get our act together and listen to what the scientists say, you're going to see countries all over the world. They're going to be struggling over limited amounts of water, limited amounts of land to grow their crops, and you're going to see all kinds of international conflict. And you know what? I too believe this is a huge issue, which is why I'm starting a company called Anti-Terrorist Air Conditioning Inc., or TAC for short. We will be selling discount AC in areas where the weather is just too hot for people to be reasonably happy. This should solve the terrorism problem in the desert regions as well as help people save money. My other business venture, Bombrella, was a hit in more rainy climates, and you don't hear about terrorism in those countries now, do you? Stock options are now opening for those viewers who are interested in investing. And now for entertainment.
Hi everybody, it's Russ Walsh, aka the Russ Man, aka TRM, and I'm here to drop some great entertainment tidbits on you. Let's hear it out. Okay, first things first. This week in entertainment news, Snoop Dogg launched a line of cannabis products in Colorado. Snoop will be introducing multiple different food and cannabis extracts hand-selected by the D.O.G.G. himself. We are sure that he'll charge a hefty premium for a weed picked with his magic touch. But even so, we're kind of mad that he went to Colorado first. Where's that West Coast love you're always talking about, Snoop? Maybe he'll release his products in Washington next year. Until then, you're gonna have to wait to smoke that OG Kush handpicked by Snoopzilla himself. Recently, Shia LaBeouf live-streamed his latest art project, where he spent 3 days watching and streaming all of his movies in one long-ass sitting. Fans could watch LaBeouf staring, laughing, weeping, and eating pizza for hours on end, reliving his glory years through Transformers 2, the Even Stevens film, and Nymphomaniac. In his next self-indulgent mixed message art stunt, he'll grow a beard and dance around in a leotard with a little girl in a cage. But this time, he'll be skanking. Ska bro, I'm feeling that fourth wave coming any day now, baby. Sticking to the world of music, Justin Bieber dropped his album last Friday with the title Purpose. His whole career has culminated in this one record. Tracks include songs such as I'm Sorry, Where Am I, How do you make music? Do you know I bought a monkey? Seriously, where am I? And his last song, sorry in advance for this album. But the biggest news for entertainment is literally redefining show business itself. David Hasselhoff, the man who tore down the Berlin Wall himself, watched our bays when no one else could and asked us all to get out of his dreams and into his car, has changed his name legally to David. Wait for it. Hoff? David Hoff? What's next, people? David Letter? Hillary Clit? William Shat? Ugh, whatever, man, whatever. Anyway, that's all for entertainment now. Back to the desk.
As you may have heard, this year, Starbucks will not be celebrating Christmas with the typical themed cups, with trees and snowflakes on them. They also won't be writing Merry Christmas before they misspell your name for the 100th time. Instead, Starbucks will just have blank red cups, stating that they are letting people find their own ways of celebrating Christmas. No big deal, right? Well, it broke the internet. People all over social media were outraged, saying that Starbucks is ruining the Christmas spirit and that they are Jesus haters. To really understand the outrage, we've invited Tiffany, a dedicated Starbucks customer.
Hey!
So, Tiffany, what do you think about the new Starbucks cups?
Well, there should be something to remind us when winter's here, because, who else will? I mean, this isn't a Game of Thrones. There aren't, sexy, flaccid dudes who constantly warn us when winter is coming. And there's no magical device to tell us when it's cold outside.
Well, you can always watch the news, or check your television, check your cell phone, or, go outside.
News? Ew. The news is so boring. It's always let's talk about health. I don't allow anyone telling me to be healthy. I know my rights. Anyway, when I walk into Starbucks, the only thing I want is to hear that sweet Thanksgiving jazz and to drink my pumpkin spice latte out of that red cup that Jesus died for.
This is a news show, and do you believe in God?
I don't like to label things. I don't like to call myself a consumer. I mean, yeah, I drink Starbucks every day, and yes, I have a full Lululemon collection, but I only consume 1,200 calories a day. I mean, I really do know, but do you even know what sweet baby Jesus died for?
Well, do you even know?
It's not about me. It's about Starbucks and presents and racial equality.
What the hell?
I mean, Christmas. You seem to be lost right now. Let me explain. Starbucks equals equality. That means that they should be using the same cups as they use every year. They're discriminating against cups that they only get to use once a year. I obviously know a lot about inequality. I mean, one time, I'm starting a movement. # Red Cups Matter.
Thank you, Tiffany, for putting a face to all people on social media.
# thank you.
Breaking news. Last Monday, scientists discovered that processed meat causes cancer. The World Health Organization, or WHO, says they conducted 100 experiments that led to these groundbreaking results. But Whitney Wacky sees right through this charade. The question we should be asking is if meat is really causing cancer or if that's just what the government wants us to think. Don't you see all the signs? The first sign is the research unit WHO. I mean, who is there? Who is watching? The band, The Who? We use this word in our everyday lives, and we also ask it every time with a question mark. And you know how we come up with these questions? School. And you know who funds the school? The government. The government is making us question meat by asking us to question ourselves. Why, you may ask? Thousands of reasons. This way, they can justify the cardboard they're feeding kids in public schools. More importantly, they can keep us from eating meat to keep us complacent. There's no way of getting out of this, man. There's no way. They're watching us. We're screwed, and they know everything about us. We gotta eat more bacon. It's the only way, or we're dead, I swear.
Liam Hoekstra is a 19-month-old boy that has a rare condition that gives him super strength. He was reported doing iron cross when he was 5 months old, along with some impressive weightlifting. The condition is called myostatin-related muscle hypertrophy, or the bro condition. Liam Hoekstra could help scientists unlock the secrets of muscle growth and muscle deterioration. Research on adults who share Liam's condition could lead to new treatments for debilitating ailments, such as muscular dystrophy and osteoporosis. Great. Another person who can bench press more than me.
Wait, isn't this story from 2009?
Well, I'm still really mad about it. I mean, it's not fair. Everyone is stronger than me. First, that 16-year-old singer, Lorde, beat me in an arm wrestling competition, and now this little kid that can lift up a car.
What? I mean, it's
I'm a big boy. I wear big boy pants at my big boy work. Oxford Dictionary has chosen its word of the year for 2015 last week. The word is the emoji, face with tears of joy. Oxford Dictionaries cited an explosion in emoji culture over the last year as one of the reasons why they picked face with tears of joy. This gives college students more of a reason to put the smiley face emoji in their paper. What you gonna do about it, Professor Nikon? It's in the dictionary. This is a huge deal. Emojis are finally making their way into the real world. But before we all start changing our faces to look like emojis, here's a viral video by PewDiePie that shows us what emojis would look like in real life.
Hey, how's it going, bros? My name is Barry Bow. Welcome to In Real Life. So today we're gonna do emojis. I took a bunch of beautiful pictures of myself. We're gonna emojify myself. Let's do this. 10 out of 10 would. This is my face when I don't get the booty. Face throwing a kiss emoji. Feel free to use this face and you will get the ladies. They will know what you're talking about. Let's go to the next emoji. Yes! Where'd my eyebrow go? Yes! Oh, this came out so good. This is my favorite. I'll see you, bros, in the next one. I had a lot of fun, at least. Stay awesome, bros.
That's all for tonight, folks. This is Adrian Lockhart signing off.
And I'm Tim Carney, hoping that you don't have another power outage. Ooh.